Good evening, great and wonderful people of Biafra. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to you, depending on your time zone at this very hour. My name is Mazi, Chika, Edoziem. I come from Ihe Oma. Ihe Oma is in Olu province of Biafra land. By the grace of Chukwu, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the Directorate of State, at the head of Directorate. Tonight, I wish to bring to you again greetings, great Biafrans, from the Supreme Leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has all of you, all of us, in his thoughts and in his prayers. Irrespective of the psychological and physical torture he's going through, his thoughts remains with us, and we are all in his thoughts. This evening, I will not be too long on air because I have to go straight to the point. The 21st of October, 2021, on Thursday coming, that is 2 days from now, is a date that the indigenous people of Biafra have with history. It is a date that will remain very indelible in our memories and the memories of our children and the generation yet unborn. We know that our leader will be coming to court on the 21st of October, on Thursday, because that is what is expected, in the sense that the zoo who have brought up charges and allegations against him, they must not run away from their court. Therefore, they must come to court and they must bring the accused to court. That is the expectation of all Biafrans. And on that day, Biafrans must do what we are known for doing. That day must be a day that we will show our unity of purpose. That day will be a day that we must show solidarity to the great leader of this great movement, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those of us in Abuja, especially Biafrans, who are doing their businesses in Abuja, I appeal to you to make this day a day that you will also be part of this history. I appeal to those who do their businesses in Abuja, especially market people, like they did the last time Onyendu was also, the last time his case was called up. We appreciate it. And we also do appreciate the efforts that you people put in place. And we are expecting nonetheless on Thursday, the 21st of October. In Biafra land, 21st of October will be a lockdown. Biafrans in Biafra land, we will show our repudiation of these concocted charges by telling the zoo that we are not going to simply go about our businesses as if nothing is happening. the 21st of October 2021, as we already informed the great Biafrans many weeks back. That day remains a total lockdown in the whole of Biafra land. And I believe great Biafrans, they have shown their desire to make sacrifices. They have shown their commitment to ensuring that the only person that Biafrans look up to as a leader regains his freedom, and rejoins the great IPOB family to continue, of course, our march to freedom and our march to liberation, because that is the ultimate goal, that is the ultimate objective, and that is the ultimate destination of this great movement that Onyendu is piloting, irrespective of where he may be. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, is the leader of this movement, and he is in complete control of this movement. Anybody can think whatever they want. Even the zoo, they can think what they want. But we are telling them that Onyendu is in charge. We carry out instructions as they have been already put in place, or as he has already put them in place before this time, because this is a man who is very gifted. Very gifted. Not only that he is eloquent and intelligent, he is also spiritually gifted, and he sees things before they come to pass. And I believe this moment, this hour that we have found ourselves in at the moment, he foresaw it. Therefore, that was why he put things in place. And I can assure you, I can assure Biafrans, I can assure IPOB worldwide, I can assure friends and lovers of freedom and friends of the indigenous people of Biafra that things are moving smoothly as Onyendu has planned it to move, as he had put it in place. So on the 21st, do not those in Biafra land, well, or those who call themselves politicians, I believe all of you as well, will be observing the total lockdown on the 21st of October of this year, 2 days from now. Now, we also said that the zoo must bring our leader to court on Thursday. They have no choice. They have no choice. And although we know that they have no case against him, because that a man is fighting for the liberation of his people, that a man has rejected a life of servitude and slavery and oppression, is not a crime. And that a man has said, allow my people to make a decision, to make their choice, to decide if they wish to remain under servile and oppressive conditions which we have found ourselves at this moment, when he requested that our people be given that opportunity through universally acclaimed and recognized processes and procedure, which is a referendum. It is not a crime. Neither is it a call of aggression or a call for war. Therefore, those who are holding, those who illegally and wickedly, extraordinarily renditioned our leader from Kenya to the zoo, they know that they have committed a crime in the international legal jurisprudence. And the time for them to answer to that crime is very, very fast approaching. And all have willingly collaborated with them. They will as well answer at the appropriate time. Now we say that the zoo must bring our leader to court. And if they fail to do that, if they fail to bring him to court on Thursday, the 21st of October, they will see something that they will really not know, understand where it is coming from. And like I said initially, we will lock down Biafra land for 1 month. 1 month. And after Thursday, you will be given the details if in their stupidity they try or they attempt to dare the indigenous people of Biafra. I will be back here on air to give you the details what will happen in Biafra land going forward. But we know that, and we believe that Onyendu will be brought to court. But we cannot simply fold our hand. We are putting things in place. We are adding every block on top to ensure that whatever happens, we are not taken by surprise. So the zoo must understand that and understand it very, very well. We know that there are those who have been moving around and jumping around, causing one form of mayhem in Biafra land or the other. Those who are going around saying that they are, what they call it, they are forming Biafra military. These are agents that have been brought in to do their master's work. These are the collaborators who are trying to give the zoo an opportunity to begin the second massacre of the Biafran people. But we are waiting for them, because we will not allow them to turn our land into an abattoir. That will not happen. Those who they have been sending around to start to commit petty crimes in Biafra land, we are doing what we have to do. Men on the ground are ensuring that those who are being used are dissuaded from allowing themselves to be used to turn Biafra land into a chaotic and anarchic place. We won't allow that. We also are aware that there are some people in Nigerian security apparatus, either in the police or in the army, especially those in the police and army. And these people, on the face of it, supposedly of Biafran descent. I am talking to you now this night because you are being set up to do the dirty job of the Janjaweed. You are being set up to be massacring, torturing, and killing your own people. One thing you must understand and realize is that once you become a collaborator of the enemy, he will never trust you anymore. He cannot trust you because anybody who betrays their own people deserves nothing but the highest punishment that can ever be meted on such people. Specifically, there is a man they called OC Legal CP Nwachukwu in Enugu CID. This individual, and when you hear his name, Nwachukwu, that's his name, in Enugu CID. And this individual has been responsible for torturing, imprisoning, and killing Biafrans and labeling them on cult names like terrorists. A Biafran, supposedly, because of his name. We don't know. We don't know who which blood runs in his vein. It can also be possible he is just a Biafran by name. But these kind of people who are doing the dirty job of the Fulani Janjaweed, there will be no hiding place for you. I want to make it very clear to you, verse 9. There will be no hiding place for you. You cannot see the Fulani killing their own people. But if they send you, because of one choncho nonsense that they may give you, that is even coming from resources in your land, you will be deaf to reason, and you will want to please those who are persecuting your people, and you become a part or a party to that persecution. They will make you a master with a whip to whip your people, and you will take that dishonorable job and torture your people to death, imprison them, and even kill them. Many of you, I'm really sorry for many of you. Let me put it that way. We are also aware that the zoo have begun to turn a certain part in Biafra land as their training ground for their terrorist men in uniform. And we are monitoring those areas. I don't have to mention those areas, but I want to let them know that the intel we have, we know what they are doing in the in some parts of Biafra land where they have decided to turn some areas into a training ground for those terrorists that they said converted from banditry or repentant Boko Haram people. Now they are retraining them, and they will let them loose in our own land. I want to let them know we know about all this, and at the appropriate time, of course, what will happen must happen. I was there was a video I saw. I saw the zoo in its glowing form, actually. I'm being sarcastical here. And many of you who were very observant will have observed that there was once a bandit who was said to have repented, and one of the governors of the North took a picture with him. And some days back, this bandit has been made a high-ranking custom officer. And when I saw that, I was so sorry to those who still want to remain, or those who still mount that useless one Nigeria nonsense. Because it is majorly those from our land that carry this one Nigerian nonsense on their head, even at the expense of themselves and at the expense of their own people. A bandit was decorated a custom officer. And when you watch the video, the clip, you will really be sorry that anybody in his right mind is still speaking in favor of a continuation of this contraption that is a contraption of death, suffering, tears, and sorrows of those that were unlucky to be modeled up into that environment. It is a very, very sad situation. But Biafra will be the answer to all this suffering. Biafra is the answer to all this suffering. And that is why for us, it is not just that it is a name. It is the only means by which and through which we may be able to live as civilized beings and normal humans. Biafra is the only way, the only source, the only avenue through which our children may even begin to imagine or to contemplate a life actualize their dreams. It is only Biafra, because Nigeria is like a cooking pot. Anything that continues to remain inside that cooking pot will, of course, be cooked. And we cannot continue to remain in the contraption called Nigeria, because our children, they must have a future. And our generations unborn, they must also be born in a civilized environment and allowed to use every gift and endowment from Chukwu Abiyama to ensure that they also bequeath to their children a life of dignity and honor. I want to address many of you once again. People are very, very easily led astray. But you must not allow yourself to be led astray. Those who are going about with fake letter-headed papers, spreading it around in the name of IPOB, people must ask themselves, what is all this all about? As if people do not now know what IPOB letterheads are. Official letterheads. It's not one. It's not two. It's one. And when you see a document that is faked, that has nothing to do with IPOB, you still begin to disseminate and share those information. I think many of you you have to rethink and bring back your common sense. Because you will not say that the leadership did not tell you. You will not say that the leadership did not inform you, did not warn you. Because every one of us, every one of you, you must answer the appropriate time, as Oyendo will say. You must answer for yourself. Therefore, those who are very, very consciously propagating and distributing these fake letterhead, I want to ask you to desist forthwith. Desist forthwith and stop using IPOB's name and our leader's name to write false and make false statements, because we will also come after you legally, wherever you may be. I want to make it sound it as a warning now to those. We will also come after you legally, as we are already doing to those who had the temerity to write on unsubstantiated and unfounded falsehood against the leadership of this, against the leader of this movement, and against the IPOB family worldwide by saying that the U.S. government is ignoring IPOB, is ignoring designating IPOB as a terrorist organization at its own peril. These kind of people, we have done what we are supposed to do, and of course, we will continue to follow legally and otherwise anyone who has the intention to derail this very, very heaven-ordained movement and heaven-ordained project. We will not allow anybody to discredit this movement in any manner, or discredit the people, the nations that are found in the land of Biafra. We will not allow that to happen. And everything that needs to be done legally or otherwise, we have to do to make sure that our name is not brought to mourn. Biafrans all over the world, it is just 2 days to the D-Day. We must not cease in our prayers for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must not cease in our supplications to Chukwu Kabiama. We must not cease in the reading of our psalms until victory is assured, and of course, until, in the case of the psalms, until we have reached the 150th chapter of the psalms. We must continue in prayers. We must continue in calling up the spirit that owns Biafra land. Those who are yet to conclude it, continue to do that, even if you have to. The last day of the prayer, of calling upon the spirit that owns Biafra land is on the day of the court date. Continue to do that. Do it in the morning, or do it still at the noon of that same day, because this battle cannot be stopped until the flag of Biafra is raised. This battle cannot be stopped until the leader of this great movement is unconditionally released to us. This battle cannot be stopped until Biafra joins the committee of civilized nations around the world. I encourage you all, therefore, to continue in your prayers and continue in your supplications to Chukwu Kabiyama. Again, beginning after the 21st, the IPOB worldwide will embark on a sustained fundraising for the Eastern Security Network. IPOB worldwide will embark on an aggressive fundraising for the Eastern Security Network. These arm of the pillar that holds this movement must not be allowed, irrespective of the shenanigans of those whose intention is to starve the ESN of funds. We will tell them that we are Biafrans. And in our language, we say it is when something becomes sudden that you will realize that you have a warrior in your midst. Therefore, I will also give the details of what and how we are going to embark upon this fundraising. I know already that some countries have requested for the proper permission, which I will give them the authentication, the confirmation that they have been allowed to do fundraising. And what we are going to do is to ensure that every continent from next week will plan a continental-wide fundraising for ESN. And when all the continents are done, we will now move down to country by country, and we will continue to do this. We will continue to do this fundraising beyond this year, as the case may be. Of course, beyond this year, we will do it into next year, and until we are assured that funding is no longer an issue and will no longer be an issue for the maintenance of the men on the ground. I am highly, highly grateful to all of you great Biafrans for what you have so far put in. I am enamored by the words of encouragement that this leadership has been receiving from many of you. I am humbled by your words of encouraging us and words of advice which you have been sending to us. And we are doing and working assiduously as Oyendu has given this leadership the tools to work with, even though he is at the hands of the enemy. We will continue to work loyally. Our loyalty is not to any other person but to Wachineke, the supreme leader of this great movement, Nnamdi Kanu. Those who are using his name and using the name of IPOB to try and defraud people, you will also answer the appropriate time. Therefore, I am I am commending all of you that have been sending words across and have been doing what you are supposed to do in your little ways. You all can do something. It doesn't matter whether you are a member of, you are a principal officer or not, or you are holding any position. We all can do something little to propel this struggle much, much forward, and to propel our demand for the release of our leader to continue to put it at the forefront or the front burner of the of the international community. And of course, there are many ways we can do this, but it's not something I'm going to be talking about here tonight, so that the enemy will not begin to deliberately focus on those areas and begin to harass our people. But do that which you know is going to, like our leader always say, yes, if you know what you can do to propel this movement forward, do that. But if you are a principal servant, I must make a clarification here. If you are a principal servant of IPOB, you must work within the structure of this movement, not outside of that structure. Anything you want to do for the restoration of our nation, Biafra, and for the release of Onyendu, you must do that within the structure that we have, that Onyendu has put in place. Therefore, like I said, we must not waver in any manner. We must not be distracted. We must remain firm, completely focused on the agenda. Our eyes must always be on the ball, and we will have victory, because heaven has already ordained that victory must be ours. And to Chukwu Abiyama, to him who alone honor and glory belongs, it is only to him we shall give glory. We shall thank for his mercies and for his deliverance. The major issue for this very evening broadcast is to make sure that on the 21st, our presence must be felt in Abuja. And I have also requested those, especially residents in Abuja and business men and women of Biafra Extraction, to ensure that they are part of this historic moment. And in Biafra land, I am also reiterating that Biafra land will show their solidarity with our leader, with a complete lockdown of every part of Biafra land. Don't say we did not tell you. Don't let your cow, don't let your goat, don't let your fowl, or whatever animal you have, don't let them come out on that day, because that day is a solemn day for us to show our unequivocal loyalty and solidarity to the leader of this great movement. There may be many countries who, in diaspora, who may be protesting or rallying on that day. This is also a welcome, very much welcome event. Those who can, those, I know that there are Austria. I believe Austria will be doing a rally or protest tomorrow. Those who can't do it the same day, the 21st, you are welcome. And those who can do tomorrow also, so please go ahead and let your voices be heard. Let your voices be heard. I want to thank all of you for listening, and I want to assure all of you once again that the Directorate of State and that the leadership of this great movement is working in consonant with the directives of our leader. And of course, we are carrying out those instructions already put in place, and those that we will receive, or we did receive as things progress. Therefore, don't be dismayed in any manner, because victory is assured us, the children of Chukwuabiama. Victory is assured us. Biafra for us is not just a name. Biafra is our identity. Biafra is our religion. Biafra, of course, is our heritage. And it is only Chukwuabiama, the creator of the land of Biafra, to him alone, to whom all honor and glory belongs. It is only him that we fear. It is only him that we bow down to. It is only him that we worship. And we will teach our children, when Biafra has been restored, that Chukwuabiama did a miracle in our lives. When every hope was almost lost, he sent us a deliverer in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom heaven abided with, and he brought us out of the land of oppression, out of the land of servitude called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. May Elohim Chukwuabiama abide with all of you. Please don't forget to continue in your prayers for our leader. And as you are praying, may Chukwuabiama bless all of you individually and collectively. And may Chukwuokike bless the great family of the indigenous people of Biafra. And may he raise the army that will drive the enemies in our land into the Atlantic Ocean. That is where they belong. And that is where they will be. For this, Chukwuokike shall take the glory, and we shall rejoice in a free, sovereign, and independent Biafra nation. Thank you for listening. And for me,